Today in the episode, special nightmarish races in your backyard. Voice of the Wasteland, where we answer your questions and choose the craft of the episode. And we begin with Workshop, a weapon with a very unusual way of dealing damage. Are there many sharpshooters watching this? Yeah, we're pretty sure that there are. But even the best shots sometimes miss. And it's especially infuriating when you've been this close to actually hitting your target. Not a problem, Survivor. There's a weapon specifically designed for situations like that. Say hi to the yokai. Let's start with the most important thing. This plasma missile is not too big on direct hits. We mean, if you need to get rid of something fragile, go for it. Land a good hit on the target and you're done. Plasma missiles tend to have that effect on delicate things, you know. But if you, which is much more likely, run into a well-armored chassis or, Odegon forbid, mammoths, you'll have to miss your shots, while still hitting pretty close to the target. The thing is, our weapon deals significantly more explosive damage when you miss, meaning that you have to engage your enemies in a completely new way. You have to get used to missing by a few centimeters. Find that sweet spot when you almost hit the target, just like that. And if you can do that, the yokai will rip and tear. Sounds good so far, but there are a few important things to consider. The weapon can really benefit from a faster fire rate, meaning that it's a really good idea to get a flywheel, or boost your reload speed by other means. The damage is pretty sweet when you're missing, but being able to fire more shots means doing more damage anyway. Also, it's very easy to whiff a shot, especially if you're just getting used to the unique mechanics of the weapon. The yokai is pretty sturdy, but its size is definitely a concern. This is one of the cases when you're likely to lose the gun not because of its low durability, but because it's such a big target. Our launcher also has a 360-degree firing arc. That's great, obviously, but that also makes it more difficult to cover the weapon with armor, if you want to make use of its full range of motion, that is. All in all, coming up with a good armor management for your plasma launcher is definitely going to be a challenge. Now, a few words about its weight. On the one hand, 700 kilograms, give or take a few, is basically nothing by the waist standards. On the other hand, the weapon is almost as heavy as the Executioner. It also has almost as much durability, but the yokai is considerably trickier to build around than cannons with limited firing angles. You can simply mount them on a heavy chassis, cover them with layers of armor, and call it a day. We can't do that with the yokai. Without mobility and speed, it's significantly harder to unlock the full potential of the weapon that rewards you for missing. But if you succeed in taming this weird beast of a weapon, well, let us just remind you that it's not just damage that's increased when you miss a shot. You also get an increased blast radius. And there's no damage fall off whatsoever. It doesn't matter if the target is right in the middle of the blast or barely in it. It's full damage, either way. And when you land that perfect shot right under the belly of the enemy car and see it go up in flames, that's just pure bliss. All in all, this plasma rocket launcher is pretty hard to use, but it's also distinctly unique. There's simply no other weapon quite like it. Actually, come to think of it, it's very similar to a yokai, an otherworldly being that breaks the rules of the world as we know it. It's a good idea to be wary of one. But if you decide to put your trust in them instead, who knows where it might lead you. And now, a short commercial break.
Me with the bomb in the last seconds of the sabotage. You with the gremlin shotguns. Can't forget you since the very moment you blew my cab off. I'll be waiting for you in the meter bar.
Remember the time we said that we'd really love to see a devilishly complex maze built in our backyard? Well, there's still no such thing there. But we went to the exhibition and found plenty of really bonkers survival scenarios disguised as racing tracks. They're really good at confusing players, but you know what they're also really good at? Deleting players and their vehicles from existence. we simply had to investigate. The first range that we'd like to show you is Hell Maze, made by Achachesmirip. Ooh, you're not going easy on us with this name, huh? This labyrinth is pretty small and simple, but behind every corner there are explosive barrels, cars falling from the sky, and moving targets. What's so bad about that? Well, before you say that, try to clear this race without sustaining any damage. That's right, this is definitely one of our favorite challenges this week. Okay, let's check out the second contender for the title of the meanest, most lethal obstacle course. This is one of the many variations of the Samso range, this particular one designed by Andreas Sigis. Why'd we pick this one? Well, it kills. In fact, there's a possibility that you might die at the very beginning of the track. And it's certainly not easy to make it past the second checkpoint. Would we like to see something like that in our backyard? 100%. Thanks, man. Are you more into theme parks with a bit of a challenge attached to them? Here you go. Disney Park, built by a survivor known as Bayavaya Machina. It has everything a raider could ever dream for. Nice lights, bowling, boxes with surprises, rings of fire that can turn your vehicle into ash, gates that are ready to grind you down to dust. Take a couple of friends, see who can clear this happy little theme park the fastest, or simply leave this place in one piece. Were those ranges great? Yes. Are we gonna force our captives to compete for survival there every Tuesday and Friday? Also yes. Are we going to have our own races there on Wednesdays? No, because every Wednesday, we all pray to Odegon. And we never miss a prayer, right, Jacob? Oh, you're still here. We'll be waiting for your new cool creations, both vehicles and ranges. Feel free to boast about your favorite designs and builds in the comments below. We read them all, sometimes before the evening prayer. The first message was sent by Gabriel Dauenbaum. Will we be able to get a way to search for builds with specific structure parts in the exhibition? Hi, Gabriel. Yeah, we're working on that. Not in the nearest future, though. We have a lot of ambitious things planned for this year. Normans Orzelinch says, engines that don't cost a point of energy open up a bigger amount of hardware you can bring or more efficient weaponry. It would be nice if we had at least one more engine other than the Hot Red and the Hardcore engine. Greetings, Survivor. We might add an engine like that sometime down the line. It is possible. Right now, though, when it comes to adding new parts, our priority is to introduce new weapons, new customization kits and modules, so there's that. Here's a message by one of our regulars, Warbrand 2. Can we please get a green-hacked version of the Ravager Eye? I mean, I would love to have my green lights on. Hey man, we'll consider it. Might be a really cool addition to the game. Then there's this question by Loic Denzer. Could you maybe add more low-tier weapons someday? You keep adding all sorts of crazy, epic, legendary, and relic weapons, which are amazing. But I feel like special and rare tier weapons are not getting enough love. We think you're absolutely correct, and yeah, we'll keep adding new, cool guns of lower rarities as well. Our work there is far from done. And now the part of the show where we embark on a new expedition to the depths of the exhibition to find something cool. Not that it's difficult with all the crazy talent on display. Today we give you... Wait a second, please. I see that you're ready to throw those kitchen utensils at me, but wait. Yes, this is a sideways hover, true, but look at it. When was the last time you saw a nice helicopter build? Exactly. And this is a really cool design, even though it's not equipped with rotor blades and is indeed a sideways hover. Master Rammstein, thank you for letting us dream about the skies once again. And that's it for today. Tell us what you think in the comments below, ask us questions, and after we get bored with sitting in a helicopter without a single rotor blade, we'll return with new crazy content in a couple of weeks. If you like what we're doing, consider subscribing, leave a like, and good luck.